Hey Sparks Insights curious community, hope you're doing well. Today's video may just change the way you think about retirement, healthcare, and the government's role in your future, because behind all the headlines about Trump's big, beautiful bill, there's a quieter story unfolding, and it directly impacts you, your parents, or someone you love. Let's dive in. In 2025, a single piece of legislation is making its way through the US Senate, and it could reshape how millions of Americans age, heal, and survive. It's marketed as an economic boost, packed with tax relief and reforms. But beneath that surface lies something more unsettling: shifts to Social Security and Medicaid that could unravel the fragile safety net millions rely on. And here's the contradiction: while the bill promises savings for taxpayers, it's funded by cuts that may leave seniors with less support and fewer protections when they need them most. This isn't just about numbers in a spreadsheet. It's about whether your hospital stays open, whether your aging parent can get a home nurse, and whether your local Social Security office can keep processing claims without delay. At first glance, the bill extends Trump-era tax cuts and introduces new ones. On paper, that sounds like a win, a little more money back in your pocket every year. But here's the catch: those cuts don't fund themselves, and the government needs to trim elsewhere to make up the difference. One of the biggest targets, Medicaid. Most people think Medicaid only serves the poor or the disabled. But here's the truth: millions of older Americans depend on it, too. It's the backup for services Medicare doesn't fully cover: nursing homes, home health aides, in-home care. And when that safety net phrase, it's not just policies that collapse its lives. Now, consider this: the bill introduces tighter eligibility rules and potential work requirements to qualify for Medicaid support. Sounds reasonably. You realize that in states like Arkansas, similar rules led to tens of thousands of people losing coverage. Not because they didn't qualify, but because they couldn't navigate the paperwork. And seniors are especially vulnerable. Many don't have access to digital tools. Some rely on family or caseworkers to help them keep their coverage. If they miss a form, fail to log in on time, or simply misunderstand an instruction, the system drops them. That isn't efficiency, that's abandonment. But it goes further. The bill includes measures to roll back job protections for federal employees, including the ones who process your Social Security checks or help you appeal denied benefits. This could lead to a quiet erosion of public services where the people tasked with helping you are too worried about their own job security to focus on yours. Don't imagine standing in line at your local SAA office for 3 hours only to be told to come back next month because they're understaffed. That's the kind of chain reaction we're looking at. Now let's shift focus. Rural hospitals are another casualty-in-waiting. Over 130 of them have closed in the last decade, and most of those closures were tied to Medicaid shortfalls. With funding cut even further, hundreds more could be at risk. In some towns, these hospitals are the only available care within 100 miles. If they shut down, patients delay treatment, some don't get treated at all. In the current bill, there's a proposal to offer a financial cushion to keep some of these clinics running, but it's already drawing fierce opposition from lawmakers unwilling to spend an extra dime. So it hangs in the balance, just like the lives depending on those beds. Another subtle but major revision originally sought to limit the power of federal judges to block executive orders. It's since been removed due to procedural rules, but its mere presence is revealing. It hints at a broader goal: to centralize authority in the White House and reduce judicial oversight, especially over sweeping economic reforms. That's not just a governance issue, it's a potential threat to legal protections for seniors, veterans, and disabled citizens. And then there's the attack on unions. The bill introduces a new tax on union dues for retired workers depending on unions to protect their pensions, eldercare rights, or negotiate Medicare expansions. This could weaken their last line of defense. The more you examine this bill, the clearer it becomes. It's a sweeping realignment of priorities, one that favors financial flexibility for the top and austerity for the bottom. And all of this is coming to a head in what lawmakers are calling a vote-error, an all-night political sprint where senators propose rapid-fire amendments in hopes of sneaking major changes into the final version. Some want to protect Medicaid reimbursements. Others want to strip the bill down further. None of it is guaranteed. So what does this mean for you? First, don't panic. These changes won't happen overnight. But now is the time to take action. Check your paperwork, review your Medicare and Medicaid status, and consult a trusted advisor or social worker. The earlier you prepare, the less vulnerable you are if the system shifts. Also stay informed. Don't let the political noise numb you. This isn't just a Washington debate, it's a kitchen table issue. It's about groceries, prescriptions, heating bills, and hospital access. Because when budgets are cut, it's not lobbyists who suffer. It's families, it's seniors, it's you. Let me share a story. A few years ago, my uncle, he's 76, suffered a fall and needed daily assistance. Medicare covered most of his recovery, but it was Medicaid that paid for the home nurse who helped him regain independence. Without it, he might have ended up in a long-term care facility, isolated and financially drained. It's stories like his that remind us these programs aren't luxuries, they're lifelines. So keep your eyes on the Senate vote. After that comes the House, and only once both chambers agree will the bill reach the president's desk. Until then, the future is unwritten. What matters now is vigilance, preparation, and asking the hard question: what kind of country do we become when we choose tax cuts over care? If this video helped you feel a little more informed, please consider subscribing. Completely free and helps us keep this community strong and growing. And if you're new here, check out the other documentaries and deep dives linked below or popping up on your screen now. Thanks so much for spending your time with us. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll catch you in the next one.